Hey people, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to disassemble the PPS Kar98. In this video, you will learn how to access the hop-up unit, bucking, inner barrel, and disassemble the bolt. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments section below, or join my Discord server and ask me there. It's a great place to ask more complicated questions and exchange videos and images of the specific issues. It's also just a great place to talk about gas blowback replicas and hang out. Invite link in the pinned comment and description. Alright, without further ado, let's get started. First, remove the magazine. And bolt. Flip over the gun and remove the 3 screws on the bottom of the trigger guard. The small screw adjusts the hop-up unit. Carefully remove the trigger guard to avoid damaging the wood. You want this to remain a tight fit. Remove the metal spacer from the rear screw hole. Now, remove the barrel bands. Press down on this spring and push the front band forward. Remove the spring and push the rear band forward. Then, the handguard comes right off. Carefully flip the gun over and allow the receiver and barrel to drop out. Be aware that the stock is very delicate without metal parts reinforcing it, so be careful. Remove this grub screw with an Allen key. This is the only screw holding the outer barrel in place, so let's go ahead and remove that too. Slightly rotate the barrel while pulling to avoid moving the 3 included barrel spacers too much. Unscrew the flathead screw under the rear sight. Then push this pin out and rotate the hop-up unit out. Remove this hex screw to remove the hop-up arm. And flip the unit upside down to remove the hop-up nub. Now we need to remove 2 more hex screws to remove the inner barrel and bucky. One on the top, and one inside the trigger guard screw hole. Now we just need to push the inner barrel out. This is the original bucking. This replica uses a VSR bucking and barrel. Also, this barrel is made out of steel, which is pretty awesome too. And that is the complete disassembly of the hop-up unit, so it's time to put it all back together. Brass ring goes on first, then bucking housing with the long slot on the right side. Now push them back into the hop-up unit. You will only be able to fully insert the housing if it is properly aligned. If you completely removed the grub screws, note that the long one goes in the trigger guard screw hole. Go ahead and move the barrel spacers wherever you prefer. Alright, time to reinstall the hop-up arm. Make sure you don't forget to reinsert the nub. And back into the receiver. Reinstall the pin first. Then screw in the flathead screw on the rear sight. Now, slowly reinstall the barrel while rotating it, to try and avoid moving the spacers too much. Before tightening the grub screw, make sure that the barrel is aligned correctly. Make sure that the screw is fairly tight, as it is the only thing preventing the barrel from rotating. Alright, with the hop-up disassembly done, we can move on to the bolt. Firstly, remove the front flathead screw. And carefully pull out the locking lug portion. Be careful, as there is a ball bearing that is under spring tension that will fly out if you're not careful. There is a spring on the inside, and a spring in the hole where the ball bearing was. I want to point out something here. A lot of people say that this replica does not have an adjustable FPS, but it does. There is a flathead screw in the bottom of this nozzle which does that. The gun actually comes with a screwdriver for that purpose. Alright, next up we have a screw inside of the rear portion. This is basically what the real firing pin would be if this were a real Kar98. Before we can unscrew that though, remove the scrub screw which is holding it in place. Now we can remove the, quote, firing pin. And then the hammer can be pulled off. If you remove the rear flathead screw, you can separate the bolt further. Note that the shorter screw is the rear one. And we're done. Let's put the bolt back together. Before reinstalling the firing pin, make sure to add some blue Loctite. If this bolt comes loose, it will have a strong impact on the consistency and performance of your replica. I have a video talking about this issue on my channel. Don't forget to reinstall the locking grub screw and make it fairly tight to prevent the aforementioned issue. Install the small spring and ball bearing into the top hole. And don't forget to reinsert the other spring inside. Now, just carefully push the two halves back together. Aw, shoot. Just be careful when pushing them together, as that ball bearing loves to shoot out. If you're interested, it took me a little over 10 minutes to find it, and I think I was pretty lucky at that time. Could have been a lot longer. And now we finally can screw in the front screw. Everything looks to be working correctly, so I just need to insert the mag, and that's it. Alright, I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments section below, or come on over to my Discord server and ask there. And until the next video, stay safe, guys.